In April of 2005, Kim Schoaf was diagnosed with stage 4A squamous cell cancer of the tonsil that had metastasized to her lymph nodes. Given an outlook of surgery now or death, Kim's story is indeed a courageous one.
I was told that older people in their 60s or 70s who'd been smoking and drinking their whole entire lives, those would fit the profile.
Okay, so did you have surgery?
I went in for surgery. They did what they call a radical neck dissection, and they cut from the Adam apple all the way back around my neck, wow, through the back of my neck and straight up behind my ear. They lift that flap and then they remove the lymph nodes. And not only did they remove the lymph nodes, they removed all kinds of muscle tissue that I really didn't understand that was going to happen, but after it was done, it was done.
Okay, let me interrupt you real quick. Why did you opt out of chemo and radiation? I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is, of course, you're going to lose your hair. But those are the typical responses or treatments for cancer, so why did you decide not to take that route?
Well, when I heard about all the side effects, possible side effects, I immediately looked for another option. The first thing I wanted to do is put my faith in God. Yeah. I wanted to give the Lord Jesus an opportunity to heal me and also seek alternative treatment.
Let's talk about the diet. Tell me how you radically changed your diet.
Well, I cut out all fast food. I immediately cut out sugar. I found out that sugar feeds cancer. I started only eating free-range chicken. I did not eat beef, so I didn't have to worry about any beef. And organic and fresh fruits, vegetables. I also took an array of special kinds of drinks, whey drinks, vitamins, fish oil every day. I really focused on building my immune system to fight that cancer.
Okay, so there's a couple things I'm hearing from you. Your faith in the Lord, building your immune system. Now, did exercise play a part of this at all?
Absolutely.
Did it? Okay, tell us what you did for your exercise program.
Well, I got fresh air as much as I could, took brisk walks, got out there and got that fresh air, got on my treadmill, just very important to exercise.
Tell us about the time where you went to your doctor and he went to examine your mouth, because I think that's a great story.
That was the last visit I had with my doctor a couple months ago, and always has another doctor, a resident that's just learning or shadowing, and this resident came in, introduced himself, and he said, "I'm sorry, but I was unable to get your records off the computer. Our computers are down, but I understand that you had cancer, and go ahead and open your mouth and let me examine you." And he looked inside my mouth and he said, "That's strange, you still have your teeth." And I said, "Well, that's because I didn't get radiation." And he stepped back and he went as white as a ghost and he said, "You what? Wasn't it a year ago that you had cancer?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, Dr. McCullough will be in shortly, and be prepared because he's going to do everything in his power to get you to go to chemoradiation immediately." And he had checked my neck and he couldn't find any lumps in my neck. Wow.
So the doctor came in, Dr. McCullough?
Right.
He came in and examined you. And what was his response?
He said he was very upset that I hadn't been to see him for quite a while at first. He said, "This is a serious, serious cancer and you need to come in. You can't just not come in," because I had skipped the chemoradiation and just had not called any of the doctors. So he examined my neck and he said, "Actually, you don't have any lumps. We're going to schedule you for a CAT scan." And so when I came back with my CAT scan results, he said, "Kim, there's nothing there. That's the good news." And he said, "Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing because you're doing good."
Wow.
He said, "Kim, normally I would never tell this to any of my patients, but in your case, I'm not going to recommend chemoradiation, but you need to come in for regular checkups every month." And later he said every 2 months.
Well, so now, how are you today?
Very healthy, happy, and thanks.